Subscribe now and I'll love you forever. Hey friends, how's it going? Jake here. So, a couple days ago I made a video about which iPad Pro you should use for school. School's coming up and I use my wife as an example. She is going to school soon and she's using the 11-inch 2018 iPad Pro. But what I didn't talk about is what size you should get. So that's what we're going to go over in this video. If you go to school and you're going to get an iPad, if you're not doing anything creative, I definitely suggest the 2018 iPad Pro. But leaves you to the question, which size iPad Pro for school? I've already made a video on this topic, but that was my first video actually. But it wasn't necessarily for school. So in this video I'm just going to use some, at school examples, if that makes sense. Okay, first off, as you know, there's two different sizes, the 11-inch and the 12.9-inch. The 11-inch iPad Pro is what you would use, imagine like a notepad. You have a notepad in your hand, you have a pen, and you're just like writing things down. That's what I'd use the 11-inch iPad Pro for, as with your Apple Pencil, maybe a paper like screen protector or something. It's your drawing pad, you walk around drawing or something, or writing. You have it on your desk and you're writing. And then the 12.9-inch is more as a computer itself. It's a desktop computer kind of thing where it's on the Magic Keyboard, you're typing away, researching. So kind of think, what are you going to be doing more? Obviously the smaller one is going to be more portable, it's going to be lighter. So if you think it's going to be in portrait mode more often, you're going to be using your pencil and you're going to be writing things down and stuff, then possibly the 11-inch. Now, myself, I'm not in school, but if I was, I'd be using my 12.9-inch iPad Pro. One, because I just love having the biggest of everything, but it'd be really tempting to have both. The best of both worlds, it would be just to have both. With the iPad Mini 6 coming out this year, with the iPad Pro form factor and possibly a port for the Magic Pencil Series 2, like the iPad Pro have, it would be really cool to have the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, then the small iPad Mini in the iPad Pro form factor. So that one you can have your pencil attached to, you can do, jot down some notes and stuff, and then have your iPad Pro for actual computing. Most people, that is so unrealistic, having two different tablets. That's why you get the iPad Pro, because you have a laptop and a tablet in one. You don't have to buy two separate products. So, if you want the 11-inch, then you know who you are. If you want the 12.9-inch, you know who you are. When I bought my 11-inch years ago, I knew I really wanted the big one, but I just wasn't patient to buy it. So I bought the cheaper one, which is smaller. But if you don't care and you want one or the other, you know you want one of them, but you don't care about the size, just think, what are you going to be using it for? Are you the type of person who likes to take notes with pen and paper, and you're just writing things down like a notepad or something? You always have a notepad with you. That's where the 11-inch iPad Pro, like I said earlier, is great. Because you'll have it to type and stuff when you need it, but instead of buying a bunch of journals and notebooks, you can have the iPad Pro and just write with that. With your pencil, you can have lines on the Notes app and stuff, and it would work really well for you. And that would replace you having to buy notebooks, having to buy paper, and that would just be flat on your desk and you'd be writing and things like that. And then, if you are the type of person, like me, who types all of your notes, that's where the bigger iPad would come in handy. My wife loves to use paper and pen for everything. She has her phone, she doesn't do the Notes app on her phone, she doesn't do any of that. Everything she does is on paper and pen. I don't understand it, but that's just what she does. So now with the 11-inch iPad Pro, when she starts school soon, that would be her replacement to paper and pen. Because it'll still be the same action, still be writing with a pen on the paper like screen protector, which feels similar to paper. So that's what she's going to be doing, that's what's going to work for her. She doesn't really type that much. But obviously for school, you can't write everything you need to type. That's why we have the Magic Keyboard on the 11-inch. So she's going to use, writing down part of the time and then typing a slightly less part of the time. So the end-all be-all in my very first video, when I talked about what size you should get, I talked about if you're going to use your iPad more in portrait modes, that's tall, then the 11-inch is great for you. If you're going to use it more in landscape, so that's sideways, then the 12.9-inch is going to be good for you. So I use mine docked to my Magic Keyboard 95% of the time. So I use the 12.9-inch. My wife, who just uses her 11-inch for Clash of Clans, and she applies for jobs on there, she'll use that. But then, whenever she wants to jot down a note or something, she'll take it off the keyboard and use her pencil that's when the 11-inch really shines for her, and that's when I think you should get the 11-inch. Does that kind of make sense? That was just a quick little video rundown on my, iPad Pro back to school series. So hopefully this helps someone out. Let me know in the comments what you think, what size iPad Pro you have. I always appreciate hearing what you guys think, and thank you so much for all who watched my last video on the iPad Pro for school. Anywho, stay tuned on my other 2 channels. I have a new song coming out very soon in September, so be sure to check that out. I'm Jake. This is a shot on my phone.